was behind the scenes. I was the one. I was doing all the curtain closings, all the acts. I was making sure everybody came out on cue. The acts closed up. When they were supposed to close. I pulled the curtain up, pulled the curtain down.
Back there working, man.
Verse 29. For whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate.
Right, whom the Lord did foreknow, he also did predestinate. That's the elect. Okay? But really, that's everybody. Because every creature of the creation is really everything. And it's ordained for a particular role. The two-thirds are the two-thirds only because the Lord said they're the two-thirds. The elect are the elect because they're the elect. That's who the Lord chose to be the first fruits.
Hey, well, Romans 9. Doing nothing in the will, doing no evil.
That's why when you can't take a lot of things personally, but at the same time, there's a level of humility you gotta be able to see, man.
Yeah, you have that movie, The Truman Show.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
And we all living truly in the Truman Show.
Yeah.
But what's beautiful about it is we're not individual Trumans. We are individual Trumans, but we all understand that we're in that same show. So it gives us that spirit of inspiration to actually see, oh man, at the end of the day, the rain is falling, everything is being controlled by, like today, it's raining like hell. Who's making it rain? The Heavenly Father.
He's making it rain.
He's actually putting the rain out there. The Lord does a lot of these things to test the mercy of men.
So I'm going to take one popular, for example, is Ezekiel. Ezekiel couldn't imagine that his life as a prophet would be recorded for us to... I mean, Esau makes movies about the prophets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He could, as he was going through, he was just doing the will of the Lord. He didn't imagine what he was going to, he was in a reality show. Yeah. We're reading his story. Brothers in the kingdom, brothers are going to have stories. We're doing it now, but we're recording it digitally on camera.
Yeah. The Book of Remembrance.
Right.
Book of Bars on.
Malachi 3:16.
That's the spirit. I was talking to Zakaria. I was like, man, you gotta do your thing.
This is the will of the Lord to bring everything together.
Could be read in the kingdom.
Guess what? As far as this act, the final act of Esau. The final act of Esau is coming to a close. Okay, we're coming to the end of this man's society. Okay, I just put a video up from article the brother that put up. I did the video on the fact that January we're going to have another super blood moon eclipse. Okay, now when you go into the signs of the heavens, all right, that's a sign to let the elect know of Israel. All right, the chosen know that we're in the final act of this man. We're in the final act of this system.
That's right.
More prophets are going to come to pass. 2018 has definitely been the year of prophecy. So what's in store for 2018? 2019. 2019 could be the fulfillment of this is what we're in it. There's no shadow of a doubt. Uproars of the people. Look at what's going on in Paris right now. Okay, I was just watching this morning. Okay, it's another riot in Paris in okay?
At the border?
Yeah. We had protests during the G20 summit in Argentina last week, which is, I think is still going on. They're protesting over there because they said they want Trump and the G20 out, man. We're in that time period. Yeah. Okay, but this is all part of the Lord's show, and He gave us the signs to let the many Lord know, okay, that we're in the final act. Okay, to get that scripture real quick.
Malachi chapter 3, verse 16. Then they that feared the Lord.
When they that feared the Lord, we're just talking about Israel. Can you give me Psalm 2:23 real quick? Okay. Because the ones that fear the Lord, you got these Christians, wacky tacky Christians, and you call them claiming that, the ones that fear the Lord, they're talking about just anybody or whosoever that believes in Jesus Christ. No, man. Okay? That's not what we're talking about. It's talking about the Lord's people.
Yeah, Jesus Christ is going into slavery.
I said 2.
You loving him and he going into slavery.
They're gonna be in slavery. Jesus Christ.
Psalms chapter 2, Psalms chapter 22, verse 23. Ye that fear the Lord, praise him. All ye the seed of Jacob, glorify him.
That's right. So the ones that fear the Lord is the seed of Jacob, the Israelites. Okay? The ones that fear you, how about your Messiah? The ones that he gave the commandments to, that he made the covenant with. Alright? And this is what you got to understand in this book. From the wisdom to the prophets to the New Testament, they're talking about our people. Which is why when the brother Cousin Carter was speaking, he was going on with the fact that the disciples of the Lord were sent out to the Israelites only, man. Okay? And these are things that people got to understand. Alright? Is that in that verse?
Oh shit.
And fear him, all ye the seed of Israel.
And fear him,
That
all
motherfucker
ye
fell
the
off
seed
that
of
scooter.
Israel.
Almost hit that car with him.
The water. So the scripture, it lets you know, man, these things. Man. Okay?
Malachi chapter 3, verse 15. Then they that feared the Lord spake often one to another.
Israel, okay, but starting with the prophets of Israel, because they're the ones who the Lord reveals his secrets to.
He
All
almost
right?
fucked that
Go
car.
ahead.
And the Lord hearkened and heard it. And a book of remembrance was written before him for them that feared the Lord and that thought upon his name.
Right, so this Bible is letting you know that it's for the Israelites.
That's right.
It's not just a book written about the ancient fathers, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, King David, King Solomon, okay? Isaiah, Jeremiah, Malachi, and Yahushua.
All of them came out the stock of Israel.
All of them, right, that's right. All of them came out of the stock of Israel. That's who this book. This tells you who the book is made for.
That's how you know that, if I may add, Islam is BS. Because the whole premise on Islam is that the Lord decided to use Muhammad, an Arab, as a prophet, when all the prophets of the Bible were Israelites.
Yeah.
Right.
Shame on you Israelites that even teach that Job was an Edomite, man.
Yeah.
Here it is, you
Yeah.
got smack dab in the middle of a book. The whole book is Israelites from Genesis all the way to Revelation, including the Apocrypha. Of course, except one book, the book of Ruth.
Yeah,
She was a Moabite, but it wasn't even, her purpose as a Moabite wasn't speaking about salvation. It was really a genealogical book to bring in the introduction to David. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What shows you that these people are such full of that their wires are messed up.
Discombobulated.
You know, they got the video cord with the audio and the audio with the video is, because like you said, they'll say the book of Job is an Edomite, but then Ruth is an Israelite. That's confusion, you know.
They ain't right by the word of truth, man.
well, they'll say that, Rahab the harlot should have been an Israelite.
Yeah.
No, man. The story goes into the details of why certain people were there for a reason. Okay? For example, everybody can't be an Israelite, man.
Yeah,
Esau had to make the mark of the beast. Oh, well, the mark of the beast was designed by Israel. No, it was no, man. The Lord put the spirit on Esau. The Lord, my point is, the Lord used the heathen to play certain roles. You gotta have a mad scientist.
A protagonist and an antagonist. And if you want those, I'll look those words up for you if you want them.
Numbers 24. Numbers 24, a heathen had to play his role.
Right. What about Balak and Balaam? Okay? Heathens that play an intricate role in prophecy. Okay?
And a lot of those heathens actually know that they play an intricate role in prophecy. You know? You got Oppenheimer that said that he had created death. You got a lot of technological geniuses, even the man that created the Almighty ship. He said he created the mark of the beast. Because everybody has to fulfill a particular role, especially these elite devils, man. You know, when it comes to the prophecy of World War III, a lot of these devils they have to play that part, man. So just like you were speaking on, and I got a precept
Of going into Israel still. Jeremiah 3 and 23. Truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills and from the multitude of mountains.
Right. Now this means that surely in vain, what it's saying is a vain thing for the Israelites to hope for good to come from another nation. from the multitude of governments. Basically, the whole vote. That's just the whole voting thing, man. Voting in the United States for the so-called African American, Hispanic, and Native and Seminole Indian, that was part of one of the deepest parts of the plot to keep our people away from the Heavenly Father. Right? Okay? Because when you set up a leader over you, you're giving up you're giving your allegiance, you're giving your spirit and your soul to his agenda.
Said in Samuel too. Said when you set up a king, like King Saul.
Get it?
Said he would take his sons to war.
Yup.
Yeah.
What's that? 1 Samuel 8?
Yeah. Somebody can do that. Okay? Because it's in the law too. Okay? But you set up the leader over you, okay? You have to give
Is it 8?
your allegiance to that leader. So if he says, well, this is the order, I'm gonna give the order. And people gotta go with it.
That's
And
right.
That's why when you get people that vote and then they complain after they vote, you voted.
You did it, motherfucker.
You the one said, you said this man was competent enough
Yeah.
to lead you. Because what you're saying is by voting is you're not competent enough to lead yourself. Okay? You have to put your energy into this man.
That's deep.
Okay? That's why Jeremiah 17 chapter says, cursed be he that trusteth in man and maketh flesh his arm.
Kind.
Trusting in the shadow of Egypt, and that was always the problem with us. Going back to the scripture the brother's gonna pull, because the Most High had a problem with Jake actually trying to establish a king in Israel. You know, and the Lord was dialoguing with Samuel, and basically like, nah, they didn't deny you, they denied me. By trying to establish somebody else as their king, you know. And how much more in 2018 where Jake is establishing the full-fledged white leader and wearing goddamn MAGA hats, man. You know, making America great again. That's complete madness. Trusting in Egypt all over again. When we was in Egypt didn't have nothing for us but a rock to our backs and fucking leftovers to eat, man.
Brick and mortar.
You know what? Well, those are the same people that wanted to go back.
Yeah.
The ones that said we had the onions and the leeks and the garlic, saying they wanted to go back.
The water, the melons.
Yeah, and the melons, you know.
And then they get mad when we say that when Esau throws in their face that they like eat fried chicken and watermelons. That's an Egyptian thing. You niggas did it in ancient Egypt and you're doing it in modern Egypt.
I think they got that watermelon. And that boy, that proves we were hitting. That proves we were hitting. That proves the black man is a Jew.
1 Samuel chapter 8, verse 10.
Make sure they good over
And
there.
Samuel told all the word of the Lord unto the people that asked him of a king. And he said, this will be the manner of the king that shall reign over you. He will take your sons and appoint them for himself, for his chariots, and to be his horsemen.
Right, so is there anything with so-called white man having an army doing a draft? Technically, it's not. Because you set him king over you. So if Trump wants to get together a draft, well, you ask for it. All
That's
go
right.
ahead.
And to be his horsemen, and some shall run before his chariot. Verse 12.
Hey, what if I may? That's why the scriptures say you can't have two masters. You're gonna love the one and hate the other. So you either gotta be 100% in this thing of ours where you come back to your nationality. So you can't be a Judah American.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta either be all Judah or you're gonna be an American.
I'm not African American, I'm Judah American.
And that's the new spirit. You got Jake that are Israelites, but they still got a foot in the world. You know. Sons of the SOH here in Atlanta.
Yeah, make America great again, Israelites, man.
That's a way.
Sons of SOH, Sons of Hebrews.
Because truthfully,
That's the mega church.
Sons of O's.
Edomite Hebrews or Israelites? Gotta be the sons of Edomite Hebrews. Because it's Esau society. This is world, man.
Woe unto a man that go both ways. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's right. Double-minded man is on the stage in all the ways. Okay? Go ahead,
I got something after that if you don't mind too.
And he will appoint you captains over thousands and captains over fifties, and will set them to ear his ground and
Work
to
to till the land, basically being a peasant. Because the majority of the peasants, what was the job of the peasants? They was,
Yeah, go see what
it was at the feudal system, where the peasants would till and basically grind and toil the earth for the increase of the leaders and the rulers, man. Cash crops. And then basically get them out of the labor of what they put in, man. It's the same thing with this system. Our people truly signed up for slavery. Of course, it was forceful, but it's to the point where here it is, we got the keys to get released. Our people don't even want to open the door and leave.
You know? Now, I'm to say this though, as far as the kingdom is concerned, it really was up to the spirit to have a king. But the circumstances behind Israel having a king, the Lord was like, look, man, you get a king, he's gonna need servants, man.
So every action is a
It would be
reaction.
better if you just let the priest judge the people and just give me my 10%. You know what I'm saying? You know, the Lord, hey, man, the Lord fair, man. Yahweh was fair with us.
But you know what? Thanks to the nation of Israel, we get to be kind of kings. So thank them for them wanting king, for the elect to come in, because the elect is 144,000 kings.
And that's why the Lord is
So,
going to save Israel
I'm just-
overall. Because 2/3 did do a beautiful thing for the fact of introducing the glory to the whole nation anyway.
But that's what we're saying. That's what the Lord wanted.
Thanks.
At the end of the day.
Hey, man, go
The
back
water.
to the Lord's service.
That's what he wanted to do.
Hey, appreciate it.
Necessary
Let me put the spirit on these
And
niggas.
these are deep thoughts from the spirit.
and will
Can't do
set
anything
him
against the
to
truth
ear
before the truth.
his ground and to reap his harvest and to make his instruments of war an instrument of his charity. And he will take your daughters to be confectionaries.
Confectionary is like these women that go out, they bake or they cook.
Like a convection oven.
Yeah. The convection is dealing with heat. Confection is dealing with pastries, tarts.
A lady.
Yeah, a lady, which is a kneader of dough.
Yeah.
And to be cooked and to be bakers. You cook some bacon. You know, I like it when women bacon.
And he will take your fields and your vineyards and your olive yards, even the best of them, and give them to his servants.
Yeah, that's subjugation. But what is it, if I'm not mistaken, like communism, where whatever you establish is pretty much yours. Of course, you always got to play a particular percentage, but that was a true established monarchy.
Yep.
It's like your woman, to a certain degree, doesn't belong to you. She belongs to she's offered to the state.
She got a job.
She has a job.
She got a job.
That's where the acronym FUCK comes from.
Which really,
I'm not saying that that's part of us, but
Right.
the fact of that energy of setting up a king, we went from the Lord kind of establishing a holy kingdom to it becoming what you see now, where we got Edomites running us. So I just want to throw that out, that
Right.
it led
Even
to.
going to the dark ages, Jake under their own power, without the priesthood and the temple and the law set up, whatever was in their spirit, because they were Israelites, so they took them there and added to
Yeah,
it.
like the sucking on the breast. You find that in the scriptures in Isaiah 60 that they shall suck of the king's breast. But that was an actual practice that ancient kings used to actually have people do to them, actually suck the literal breast. So like you said, it just shows you that.
Yeah, you were serving, you had to, what was it?
That's what I'm saying. It went from the essence of it to it becoming very carnal and wicked.
Right. Which, another thing too, let's say you have a daughter, your daughter didn't necessarily marry that man, or she married into the kingship, or into the nobles and the lords, and her job was, okay, well, I'm a baker, and my husband is a knight. That's how it was in the dark ages. Okay? But even then, this is the thing about having a king over you.
Yeah, and a lot of times even with kings, you couldn't, because going to, just to add to your point, say for instance, the woman actually was a woman up under the king's court, she might have been attached to a princess or something like that, one of the princess's friends. A lot of times the princess would actually have 4 or 5, up to 10, 20 women of her friends that actually would live in the court with her. She would be married to the king. And a lot of times queens couldn't venture on their own. They couldn't really go out, so they would actually have the playground according to the palace. Those castles was humongous. And a lot of times the king would frolic with the woman, like you were saying, go back to the term fuck. And a lot of times they couldn't overturn the king because he's a king.
He's a king.
What you gonna put the king in court? The king done paid out the cardinals, the bishops. He done paid off the whole religious union. Everybody's pro-king, you know.
To a certain extent, King David kind of did that with Bathsheba. He kind of did, but he abused it. Yeah,
That's why now you see these celebrity
he kind of did that.
These celebrity kids, they got a crew of little women and niggas with them because they're like princes and princesses in this society. You know, you might have T.I.'s daughter or something.
The king of the South.
You know what I'm saying?
Underground king. Fuck out of here.
You know? But they always got like a crew with them, man. You see them, like, oh yeah, you
Beefing
know, like,
with Lil
I'm
Flip.
friends with so-and-so's daughter, but that's how it is, man. You know?
I got something for you too.
And he will take your field and your vineyards and your olive yards, it's like even the best of them, and give them to be his servants.
Right, them took the best of the land, okay? Which a lot of the choice land went to the Levites, but you see how close the king and the Levites were. You know, like that was basically, you know, their portion.
Hey, look at King Solomon. How long it took him to build the temple? What, 7 years? To establish the temple, like 14 years for his house? Because he's a king. That's just the mentality of the king.
Well, I want the best. I'm
Yeah, you're gonna get the choice. Choice women.
Choice women.
Ain't no say so.
Service. All my service on the side. Gotta get picked, man. You know? That was funny, man.
I got something for you. This is First Maccabees 1:41. And it reads, moreover, King Antiochus wrote unto his whole kingdom that all shall be one people, and everyone shall leave his laws. So all the heathens agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath. For the king has sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and to the cities of Judah that they should follow the strange laws of the land and forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbath and festive days.
Yeah, you know what? Those are your go along to get along Israelites.
Consented.
You know, because basically it was the point that Israel was so, because after the destruction of the first temple, all right, this is Maccabees, right? They haven't dedicated it yet.
Yeah, this first chapter.
No, this is after the second temple, but before the rededication.
Yeah.
You know, Israel.
Yeah.
Remember, Israel. Things. Total praise of Israel is fine. Israel was a king, man. Israel was so downtrodden at that point, especially after the Antiochus came in. With the Greeks, they was like, well, look, shit, we're gonna go along with the get along. These other heathen nations, they got. They're hearing about the Danes and the parties and the feast days and how people be in the streets praying to Bacchus all night and Hercules.
Eating until they throw up.
Eating until they throw up and drinking until they throw up. Israel is a peculiar people, so Israel like to get down like that. So you had to the point where it was like, well, that's the law. They've conquered us, and instead of me and my children being destroyed, why should I be in woe any longer? Let me go along to get along.
What's the saying? When in Rome, do as Rome.
Yeah. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. Okay? Or do as the Greeks do.
If I can say, that's what makes this ministry so incredibly powerful. Because we're going against the current. Of course, all these things in this world is pleasurable to the flesh. Who the hell don't want to have sex with a high influx of women? drink the choice wine and things of that nature. But for us to attack the pleasures of ourselves, our natural pleasures that's inherited within us, and to actually fight and suffer, that's power in itself, man. Not many men will actually choose that with that red pill, blue pill, man. Not many men would actually choose to fall down the road of suffering and hell for the redemption of a nation. When the nation is denied, like Yahweh Shah, he was such a great and marvelous man because he did what nobody would actually put in their shoes to do. Nobody else could wear those shoes.
That's right.
Getting cussed out and denied by a nation and still dying for him, man. You know, catching hell all the day long. He had to flee certain areas because Jake wanted to hardcore kill him,
Make him king.
stone him,
Throw him off a mountain.
throw him off the mountain, you know. Yeah, that was the Bloods of Crips, the Jelites and the Safari.
And it wasn't no phones and cameras to be a witness to your crime. So you could just kill somebody, throw them to the side, and act like they never existed no more.
Yeah, you had no true investigation.
Right.
DNA.
This guy, hey, so you start the friends and take a payout.
Oh, they take some money quick.
Take the money.
I got something for you real quick.
The point was Israel considered these laws because of the lust of the flesh. That's ultimately what this brother was saying. The lust of the flesh overtook our people, but we do our best to, combat that spirit.
Can I bring out some? For what the deacon was saying, this is Ecclesiastes 7 and 2. And it says, it is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. For that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart.
Right. Who's the living with? The living. The ones that walk up to this truth. We're laying these things to the heart, considering these things.
By denying this world.
Right? Same thing that Moses did. We deny this world. We deny setting up a carnal king over us. Okay? Do we have a king? Yes. But the Lord, the Heavenly Father, set up our king as a spiritual leader, Yahweh Shai. Okay? King David, a spiritual leader. Okay? First and foremost. All right? We deny ourselves in this world, okay, to gain the fruit of the Spirit. And these people out here in this world, they don't do that, man. The 2/3 that are destined for destruction, all right, in the time of trouble to come, they didn't do that. They wasn't willing, all right, and they wasn't making themselves ready. Scripture says make ourselves ready to the battle. They weren't doing it, you know?
Ignorance is blissful, man.
Yep.
Even during the time of Maccabees, those individuals, even though we was all under the captivity of the Greeks, the ones that was catching the grunt of hell was the Maccabean family, man. Why? Because they didn't cooperate which was told them, man. So at the end of the day, they had to flee certain places. They had to gather together. Like the scripture said, the poor of the earth hide themselves together. They had to flee their land. They had something they was truly passionate about that was being ransacked and destroyed. Our people don't really have that level of stress because they don't care for anything. They just care for the lust of the flesh. They don't care for the nation. They're not really holding the nations back, holding the world on their back. The men of the Lord, we are, man.
That's why that's why it's like easy to get into situation. Because there's no pressure on the law.
Hebrews 11 and 24. By faith, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of the Most High.
Right. Moses chose to suffer affliction with the Israelites because he woke up to who he was, found out that the Egyptians were his people, the Israelites were his people, and he wasn't, his spirit didn't mesh with the lifestyle of the Egyptians.
He wasn't
That's
rocking
right.
with that Egyptian.
That's right.
I mean, I really can't explain any more than that. You know, the spirit, and you don't see Israelites hanging out with Native Africans like that. You might see a Nigerian or like a West African in it because those Israelites.
Yeah.
But you don't see Kush and Jay and South Africans. You don't see a whole Pan-African group, blacks walking around America.
Yeah.
But just the melting pot. Nah, man. our spirits don't meld together.
It's like oil and water.
Yeah, it's like oil and water. So Moses' spirit, although he was raised in that society, he had certain knowledge and wisdom of military and understanding and things like that. But like I said, when he got age, when he came of age, when he got older, and his wisdom was being perfected, and his understanding was being perfected. His spirit, he was like, he didn't mess with what was good because he seen the oppression.
He seen how his people was getting treated.
Yeah.
When it speaks about the Hebrews striving with that Egyptian,
Yeah.
Moses got in the middle of the stuff and killed that Egyptian and buried him, you know? Because at the end of the day, he had a true, strong compassion for the people. He seen how hard the people was working, basically working in 40, 50 hours, and they was living in shacks while building up the treasure cities, Pithom and Ramses, and living, where were they? Living in the land of I think Goshen. Goshen. That land was more than likely fucked up. That was the ancient world hood, man.
That was,
Yeah. But more than likely, it was a regular land compared to the chosen. But they was building the treasure city, like I said, Pithom and Ramses. You know, the king of Pharaoh, Ramses the Great and whatnot.
Yeah.
They was built in those cities, hauling gold and all these different treasures into those different pyramids.
They did the same thing with Nineveh.
Yeah. So Moses seen that, and he jumped off the throne, and he fought on the battlefield in the front lines with his people, man. Well, he could have lived off the perks. He could have lived off the perks.
He
for the
did.
lifestyle. He did live off the perks. You know, I'm pretty sure he drunk the choice one at the time. He done seen all the types of jewels in the world. Well, the Egyptians, they were known to have a lot of jewels. They had a lot of beauty that came with the Egyptian leadership.
From us slaving.
Choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of the Most High than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season.
Could I, if I could say, Salaki, if you don't mind, because the scriptures say when I was a child, I think as a child and I spake as a child. So Moses, during the child part of his lifestyle, no matter how old he was, he probably saw the oppression of the Israelites, and he didn't mind. He probably didn't give too much care to it. But then as he got older and became in fullness of his men, he was like, nah, man, this ain't cool right here. Here it is. I'm an Israelite, they Israelites, and it's Israelite slaves coming in here serving me when I'm an Israelite. So, you know, he became in his fullness of his mind. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah. You know, he felt the pressure at the top because he saw certain servants of Pharaoh or Prince. You know, he probably heard the conversation with the Egyptians. He's in a high position, so certain taskmasters, you know, walking down the hallway.
Yeah.
He heard things, he saw things. You know? The movie, watching the movie? I saw off of them too.
He was like, his brain was really so post-traumatic stress mode. It's like, oh man, they killed my people.
He had compassion.
He had to do it by himself.
And then when his father died, his Egyptian brother came to the power, and they put him in the movie, and you know, he had to go against that Pharaoh, man. You know?
And the Israelites hated Moses. They didn't trust him at first.
They didn't trust him, until he got Aaron, and the Spirit of the Lord was upon Aaron to translate, so he was like, no,
Same thing with Paul. They didn't trust a lot of men in significant offices due to the fact that they were so-called in positions better than them. You know, Jacob has a high level of jealousy. When they see you doing better than them, they see you, like back then, they would have, you could recognize royalty by the horses they would wear, the attire,
Horses.
the dwelling quarters, all these different things would show off. Yeah, that's royalty.
like if you wear gold, I'll say for example, gold is really a trademark of a nobleman or a king or prince or priest. A lot of the common people, you know, that's why you see like when they wear beads, you know, natural beads.
Yeah.
That was more like a common thing, but if you wear gold, oh, well, he's some type of,
He's well to do.
he's well-to-do. You know, he's a well-to-do person. You know, today you see Jake was certain watch or a certain necklace over there.
Well, it's levels to everything.
Yeah, it's nothing.
You know, like even with jeans, you know, you could tell, like, you know, Jake might wear a $10 pair of jeans, and he might live a life where he can only afford that. But then you got Jake that make money and can wear $1,000 jeans. There's levels to everything. Levels to the jeans, the garments, the jewelry, you know, all of that. So it shows, you know.
Yeah, in the ancient world, I was just saying.
Yeah,
Like that's how you would be able to kind of tell, you know, distinguish.
yeah. I got on sackcloth, but you got on
Yeah.
King's garments.
The colors.
Matter of fact, you can get that with that Hebrews 11 with the rough garment.
It's out.
But that show you
Can I
the
say
meaning
something?
and our team of also.
Can I say something real quick? Because just like you said, how they didn't like Moses, because you know where he came from, but it's also Jake will judge you off your past. It's like, man, oh, you used to be this. Like same thing with Paul. They judged him off of his past until he showed further on his works. You know what I'm saying? But you got it.
They gained a lot of trust in Paul. But going into basically the mentality of basically being low,
Echoing what I was saying in Hebrews 11. This is Zechariah 9:9. Rejoice greatly, O daughter of Zion. Shout, O daughter of Jerusalem. Behold, thy king cometh unto thee. He is just and having salvation, lowly and riding upon an ass and upon a colt, the foal of an ass.
Hey, because I want to go to like 50.
But because of that, that's why he was loaded. Because he could relate to the people at the bottom. He's been there. He was the son of a carpenter.
Through the spirit.
Okay? You know, he was birthed in controversy. You know? He grew up in Nazareth, in Galilee. He was born in Bethlehem.
Yes, which is good. Yes. I was gonna.
He's good
So
enough
that
to
like
exist.
50. Yeah. At 50.
Yeah, he knew the load of fruit. Like, speak about knowing how to base it down. But that's the ultimate king. From what they call it, from rags to riches. Because you understand the position of the poor. You understand what the poor go through, which gives you a high level of compassion and basically love when it comes to things of poor. So when you're in an exalted position, you still remember the poor condition that you was in, which gives you a perspective of both worlds to actually help you maintain and deal with both worlds evenly. And that's what makes Yahweh Shah the ultimate king. Because a lot of these kings, these so-called blue bloods and established, they was born, so-called born royalty. They don't give a fuck about the poor. They never seen the poor.
George W. Bush that just died.
Of the elite of Esau. You know, he was always, he was they own oil out there in Texas.
Blue blood.
They sure do.
Blue, blue blood, right.
Oh, shit, he was?
Head of the CIA, George H.W. Bush was head of the CIA in the 70s. I think it was when he was, matter of fact, when he was in charge of the CIA, that was when, a little after that, that's when they ended COINTELPRO by name. By name they ended COINTELPRO, not by practice. Okay. I think before him was Herbert Hoover. But anyway, that devil. Speaking of that devil, he just passed.
And I did today.
Like I was saying, I was telling brothers, when I saw this morning.
For getting wet. I got you.
He was a high-level warlock. Yeah, hell yeah. He was left inside. His name was, he was a part of the secret society of the Skull and Bones, and his name was Magog.
For real.
Damn. His name was Magog.
I'm not sure how true it is, but it's rumored that Barbara Bush, which she died a few months ago, his wife, Bush Sr., she was the daughter or the granddaughter of Aleister Crowley. It's rumored. I don't know how true that is, but
Well, even with George H.W. Bush, he his grandfather married Prescott Bush, married into I just couldn't read the name. Basically, he married into the elites. And that's how he got that amount of wealth, and he went to school and got schooled in that secret society. And I believe they gave him that name because he had the most so-called sexual experience.
They're about to say he probably drunk a whole lot of blood, man.
He did a whole lot of blood, he did a whole lot of homosexual acts.
By the gallon.
To the point that they gave him the presidency. And it was in his presidency.
And trillions of dollars. He's a trillionaire. The Bush family is worth trillions.
Yeah, I believe maybe like 3 or 4 trillion. Because of all their oil. You know, which they right, you know, under the Rockefellers.
Larry King was speaking about it. He was like, off camera, they showed him and Larry King talking to each other.
Oh, man.
The camera overheard.
He overdosed on blood.
That's what sounds like worship, man.
But what I said was, it's funny because it was, you know, he was the president. He was the president that declared the New World Order back in '91.
Yeah.
September 11, 1991. Okay? Yeah, he died in 94. I mean, the Lord be giving these devils long lives because they have a role, like going back to the creatures and the roles and, you know, parts we play on the earth. He had to play that role.
Same thing.
It says that in the blessings of these devils, how they fulfill their days.
Same thing with John McCain's bitch ass.
Yep. It was at Psalm 73.
Yeah.
There are no bands in their deck.
I get that.
So they get there, once you get that, because they get to play these roles out in the earth as far as wickedness is concerned. Somebody got to fulfill that shit.
John McCain, he did some
You know
shit.
what I'm saying? That word of the Lord has to be fulfilled.
Hey, we believe through the Spirit, a lot of these presidents are deceiving back in reincarnation anyway.
That's right, that's right.
Right.
You know, Julius Caesar had to play an important role. Augustus,
right.
Nero, you know,
Herod,
Herod,
the Herodian
yeah, the Herodian
dynasty.
All these devils had to play very, very unique roles for the fulfillment of prophecy. When it tells you in Revelation, the 12th chapter, about the dragon taking the
Matter of fact, let me read that real fast, because that's talking about the Herodian dynasty.
I think Reagan died at what, like 83? He lived a long life. He was
Reagan?
old. He was Ronald Reagan when he finally died.
I thought he was in office then.
Nah, hell, he recently passed.
You know what I'm saying? He lived,
Yeah.
I believe, up until like 80. I was just saying.
Oh, I thought you said he died in the 80s.
No.
He died at like 83 years old.
That's your Salaki, brother.
Yeah, 83 years old.
Yeah, yep.
Come.
Jimmy Carter's still alive?
God damn, for real?
Jimmy Carter's still alive.
He, I think, up in his 90s.
Damn.
Yeah, he's still alive.
All right, this is
Like one of the
Revelation
last
12 and 1.
presidents alive.
And there appeared a great wonder in heaven,
He got Rose named after
a
him.
woman clothed with the
Jimmy
sun
Carter
and the
Boulevard and
moon
shit.
under her feet,
Cartersville, I think.
and upon her head a crown of 12 stars.
So that represents the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. The woman represents Israel.
I was telling Kabash I want to get a...
And she being with child cried, travailing in birth, and praying to be delivered. And there appeared another wonder in heaven. And behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head.
And that's the ancient Roman Empire. The kings of
And
ancient Rome.
Dallas,
Roman is
they have a George
it's the
Bush
conglomerate
turnpike.
of kings that were in
George
union
W.
with
Bush
the
turnpike.
empire.
Because he was from down there, right?
He was from Texas, at least. Not
It
from
says,
Dallas, but-
and his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven,
Arlington, I guess we-
and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born.
Right, with the Romans set up Aaron, which was an Edomite, to eventually try to kill off Yahushua when he was born.
Yeah, that's a spirit.
Verse 5.
I'm in the midst
And
of
she
ordering.
brought forth a man-child, who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron.
I'm in the process of ordering a mic and an amplifier and all that for when I do videos. You know how also Ramla does it like he has that
But the
little.
Most High established
Getting
these
one of
different kings to fulfill a specific destiny and duty. They don't even know that they're actually fulfilling prophecy. When you read in Matthew, was that the first and second chapter, where the star that came from heaven,
Yeah.
which that was a chariot, they knew that it was the time for the Messiah to return.
That's right.
And that's why Herod, he went aggressively to figure out where that child was placed, because he was looking to put him to death. But this is Psalm 73.
That's right.
And what? I saw that 3. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked.
Right, you see these wicked devils, they live to a certain age, like, George H.W. Magog Bush. Okay, you got George W. Temporary Bush.
Jacob Rothschild.
Okay. Right, Jacob Rothschild, Evelyn Rothschild. Okay, David Rockefeller. All these devils live to a certain old age, 80s and 90s. Okay,
They still in one time, man. You in 80s and stuff like that.
they still got their wits about them
Yeah, yeah.
because the spiritual demon Satan is using them. Giving them that old man stuff.
They ain't even old people. They
Yeah.
they get counsel to it.
Running the world still.
And if you look at them, they be looking creepy as hell too.
Creepy as all.
Because they should have been died.
They should have been
They
there.
should have been dead. So that's how the people Esau wasted away, man.
Hell yeah. Start seeing their liver spots and shit.
For there are no bands in their death.
Right,
Gross.
that's what I wanted to get. There are no bands in the meaning death don't take a hold of him like it take a hold of Jake. Remember, scripture says that Jake is cursed when they go in and cursed when they come out. Go out. And Jake-
Man, they're starting to take hold of them with their mortality rate. 9.
Yep. When he finally died after that ninth one.
Yep.
Where you
I
going on
drank
the goddamn
I
horse?
drank to that. I drank. I don't know. I forget. I got a little thing Hennessy. I got home from work and I drank to that. Okay.
See, I want old man.
A year ago.
You know, have every nation heart in his body, man. Moabite heart, black heart, Jamaican heart.
You know, he had Levite hearts in his
He probably had multiple hearts in his butt at the same goddamn time. One of them
That
go.
nigga is Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah, he fucking Jeepers Creepers.
Got 3 hearts in a fucking triangle with an eye in the middle and shit.
But their strength, is firm.
Okay, until the Lord called us, because he's the father of the spirit, he called them back to the spiritual world.
Yeah, like how this world sucks the life out of us. They gain life. This is hell. And in hell, the sons of God losing their power. We all start establishing power, and they're gaining power. Man. But this is their rulership. Like even certain countries have strongholds in the spirit. Going, for instance, like in basketball, one team will go to a away game, and they might goddamn get their ass whooped. But when it's home, in most cases, when they play in their court, they ball the court, they gonna win, man.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing now. We're away from our land. We're in a foreign land. We're not really in our power seat.
Yeah.
But when we get back to our home, we're gonna be in a full majesty of our strength.
Home court advantage.
Home court
That's the
advantage.
spirit.
Right.
Home court advantage.
They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men.
Right, because the elites, man, they got access to the best doctors, the best herbologists. Best believe, ain't no Rothschild taking no ibuprofen because he got a headache.
Robitussin.
Robitussin, DM.
You broke your leg, get some Robitussin.
Yeah, Elysium shows you that.
Yep.
That was a good
They
movie.
got machines.
I'm pretty sure they got them chambers, man.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson had one of them type of chambers, so you know he had one,
Hell yeah.
They use him to test it out. And then it work, okay.
basically.
Use that monkey.
I don't
Well, it's kind of the perks of selling out.
yeah.
When you become a lesser illuminated one,
You get access.
then you get access to things that are average. Look at Magic
If you
Johnson.
did, I'm just saying that because I
Hell yeah. How the fuck you say that? You got AIDS.
Got the anti-AIDS bill. Yeah, because these devils, where they live, see, Jake, and I think Chris Rock said that if the poor really figured out how poor they truly are, and there'll be riots in the streets. Because you got to think how poor we truly are. To us, $7,000 seems like good money. Like, you got $7,000 in your pocket. To somebody that got $70,000, $7,000 ain't shit. To somebody that got $700,000, $70,000 ain't shit. To somebody that got $7,700,000 ain't a motherfucking thing.
700 trillion.
And you gotta think 700, yeah, in the trillions. I'm talking about 7 million. If somebody had 7 million and they dropped all the way down to 70,000, they kill themselves.
That's why they consider. That's why when Donald Trump when they said that he went broke, his going broke is going from from billions to millions, not going broke to eating McDonald's every day. You know, I saw a post the other day and I felt so low. I felt low as shit. Somebody $100 bill is an adult $1 bill. Shit, I'm a child then. I'm a child, man.
Man, a trillion is 10 to the 12th power, man. That's a trillion. That's a trillion, bro. Don't talk about.
That's how you know we trapped in this place, and the only way to get salvation and get out of this is by the power above.
It's a fight to get to zero. They so far on the other side of zero.
But it says, therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain, which is true.
You gotta think if you got 700 million in your bank account, you think these devils thinking about America falling and this, that, and other. Crackers got fucking $100 million access. They done fly all over the world, all kind of countries. Like you got in a lot of these elite houses, they'll have a wall and they'll have the world, the whole like a globe, so to speak, a map.
Yeah.
A map of Asia, you know, a map of all the different countries. And then they have little pins where you can pin which countries you went to. A lot of countries be having filled up, man. They don't want
They bored. They're bored at this point.
Yeah, they're bored.
They probably haven't touched the ground in 20 years.
Hey, well, that's why, I don't know if y'all heard, that's why that Edomite was trying to go to that island, you know, where, that island where they say it was an uncontacted tribe, and them goddamn tribe.
Trying to teach them the Bible.
Yeah, trying to bring them Jesus. I think it was off the coast of Thailand somewhere.
That's what Columbus should have ran into when he first came.
Yeah, that's what Jake too nice, man. Hey, man, our people too nice, man.
Well, Elon Musk. Elon Musk is a billionaire, and he has plans of going to Mars by the year 2021. So they're not thinking about going to fucking Miami for Memorial Day weekend, man. He's thinking they're planning on sending ships and shuttles going to Mars in their mind, okay? In their mind, by the year 2024, they want to be able to shuttle ships from here from the Earth. Fuck going from America to China. They want to go from Earth to Mars. Yeah, so
you can actually book.
their money's different, man.
Esau so proud. I'm just gonna say this one.
You gotta put on money to go to camp.
Esau so proud. You know they got Titanic 2 getting ready to set sail in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we're gonna see
They want
2020.
Titanic 2 to set sail. It's gonna go to the same route.
It's a replay of
Well, this is well, yeah, because it happened in 1912. Just think about that. If we get this, I hope they get this shit off earlier.
Could be wrong.
I pray I hope Godzilla showed themselves when they set sail on
It's set up
Titanic
to
2.
pop.
Not just oh they bumped into Godzilla, or they bumped into an iceberg. Nah, let it all reach out.
I hope they right.
Or let a laser from the ocean.
I think
Laser from Godzilla. And you hear that roar.
they desire.
Man, Titanic 2 would be the reason why LeBron think it's set up. You know?
Lord's all about war.
I continue on. Therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain. Violence covereth them as a garment.
And you see the violence in the earth today. Okay? But guess what? This man and his pride is coming to an end. Okay? Because the prophecies are coming to pass, man.
And if the crowd will never leave this devil, man. It even tells you in Revelations, when Esau even loses his kingdom, he's still gonna be proud. He's gonna be in chains, still believing that he's gonna have an opportunity to slither out and reestablish his enterprise.
You said that's in Revelation? Oh yeah, come. You're right, because it said they will not even repent for what they did. The sorceries and the enchantments, they're not even gonna repent.
Because they're gonna be in them bunkers and them space stations. And
Well, let's get out and reestablish.
You know, they
Still got a chance.
Somebody get Amos 9:2. Get the scripture.
Yeah, they all gonna be saved.
And then give me Isaiah 13.
Come on.
I'll wait on that. We get that.
Switch. Switch. We good.
Amos chapter 9 verse 2.
Nobody arm you
Though
tight.
they dig into hell, then shall my hand take
After
them.
this scripture, you need to switch it
Though
back.
they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down. So
So like, I'm gonna
Hey,
let
who go do you think?
underground bunkers that they building that the elite has established.
Keep going, bro.
They pulled out of it. They're gonna get rid out of it. They got lifetime. They got cities underground, man, that they go to often. Because they know the war is about to pop off, and the nuclear missiles going to eradicate everything that it touches. And they don't want to be in the midst of it. Because why be on land when the chaos is being in action? You just enjoy yourself on the ground.
Hell yeah. And to the smoke clear.
Yeah,
That's why
that's the
they
spirit.
they always have that image of the phoenix, and that's a very, very popular image.
That's right.
The phoenix rising from the ashes. That's what Esau believes in. That at the end of the day, when the fire burns and the smoke clears, that they're gonna raise up and they're gonna be on top.
That's right.
But they believe in ordo ad chaos. They know there's gonna be a nuclear holocaust. These movie producers, these lesser luminaries, they got visions of the end. They know that these missiles, the button gonna be pressed eventually. They know eventually they're gonna have to step to Russia because they gotta step to Iran. They gotta go through these different thresholds in order to establish to keep their kingdom established. And it's gonna get nuclear. But Esau, through his bewitching, him being deceived, he believes that he's gonna actually reobtain the kingdom of heaven. Basically reobtain his kingdom, re-rule, take over Russia, fully control the whole world, kill us off as a nation, and rule forever and ever.
It's
They want to
enterprise.
go as far as going to outer space and trying to kill the Most High himself, if they believe if he exists.
Well,
They're going to hit the fourth dimension with that sun.
that CERN, I was going to say that CERN, the whole idea of that CERN program, which is this, in theory, we're not pushing it, but and their belief is that they're going to open up the fourth dimension and drop off a nuke and kill the Most High. That's such a high level of pride that you feel like you could go into omnipotent powers realm. You could go to his realm.
In his habitation.
I'm gonna make a portal to your realm. Fuck you making a portal to my realm. I'm gonna come to you.
When they can't even,
With UFOs.
when they couldn't even hit a chariot with their missile, or with their laser at that. With their laser, which is faster than it. It said, all right, niggas.
Hey,
No,
well,
bro.
that's why they want to nuke the moon.
Yo.
Even China said they want to get.
What the fuck you do? That's what you get when you got
That's
heathens.
not China, man. That's Rothschild using
God.
China. That's the leaders. Because the Baker family, 13 Baker families behind China, is the Lee family. So they even might shoot up. They just married into the people over there. The Lee family, they want to nuke the moon.
Yeah, because you got a lot of people talking about China is taking over Africa. Fuck that. Ain't them Moabites. Those are Edomite Gentiles.
Moabitamites.
Those are
Edomite foreigners. The leaders, look up the 13 Baker family. You're going to see
Edomite confusion of faces.
Moabitamites.
confusion of face Edomite.
That's a thing?
Yeah, hell yeah.
You got tears.
Edomite tears.
It's not a real deal.
All right, Isaiah 13 and 10. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine.
Understand what's going to be put out. Okay? Go ahead. Understand what's going to happen when the trouble, destruction comes. All right? Because we just said that people in the house of symbol.
Yeah.
Was that Ecclesiastes 12 chapter?
All right? And I will punish the world for their evil,
We're going to punish the world for their evil. Go ahead.
and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease.
Right, now we just went on about how proud Esau was. Well, the Lord says he's going to cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. Okay? Through bringing these earthquakes, these storms, these lunar eclipses and blood moons. He's not going to into the society, man.
That's right,
Esau, you're at your rule, man. Okay, but this is why they had but this is also on which is good for us though on the left hand side. Okay, their elites are dying. George H.W. Magog Bush is dying. Okay, that is that. So this
Even
is
though
what
he lived his full life
Yeah.
still out of it.
But this is going to prompt Esau to push the new world order even harder in the coming year, because he was the one that Satan used to push the new world order September 11, 1991. So that spirit is back in the spirit world, where Esau's not important, by the way. Okay? But Esau's current, so okay, we lost a fellow devil, so we're going to have to push harder for this agenda. Okay? Because at this point, with the Lord taking these evil spirits and living inside, they want to see the new world order in their lifetime.
I take correction.
I take
everything
Lord
as a grain of salt, except for
Satan give them another 10 years.
I take the Bible literally. It's for real.
In the earth. So a lot of, so this is like Pastor Hart said, the spirit of the Lord, how much I was trying to turn it up a notch in the coming year.
Hey, you know, with spiritual, how a lot of things been turned up. You can't even avoid seeing the microchip now, man.
Nope.
You can't go to really no media outlet and they just speaking over talking or overlooking the microchip news. I was getting on certain alternative media, and I remember RT just recently. RT was speaking about microchips in Sweden. Sweden, they don't even use cash. They don't even use basically, you know, that whole the monetary system is totally switched up, man. And it's not gonna only be in Sweden. It's gonna come to America.
That's right.
Why ain't America going to war with them?
Hey, they pushing that same agenda.
Because that's yeah, because well,
Yeah, hell yeah. Technically.
well they're dropping the cash. But this how you know. But that just shows you that Esau's really behind this changeover to digital currency. Whether the dollars, the reserve, or Bitcoin, the reserve is still a part of Esau's. That's testing ground. That's why they pushing through the testing ground.
Yeah, majority of the money now, even today, is digital. We have digital exchange. A lot of times you don't really give nobody money in exchange. A lot of times we use cash apps.
I don't even use cash. I was like, I don't even use cash no
I
more.
thought you said you believe in cash. I don't understand. I don't even use cash.
I don't even use cash.
You feeling weird as hell coming in places with cash getting changed. You're like, man, where my debit card at, man?
When the dude off
Why
RT,
not the
like
ATM?
Lionel, he said people don't even use cash anymore if you really think about it.
So he said it was
It's all debit and you use your phone to swipe.
Transfer
They said it
money.
was the mark of the beast on RT. When I put the video up, that was put the video up. Yeah, it's the mark of the beast, man.
Oh yeah. I seen that
They're
video.
claiming that.
It says, and I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible.
Right, so the Lord's going to bring this man down. Bring this man down to a point where he's going to acknowledge who the Israelites are, who the power of the world is. He's going to be called off in chains. He's going to fight tooth and nail till Yahweh Shai burns them all in the dust and smoke. Okay? But this is the spirit of the Lord. He's building them up to bring them down. And that's coming soon. 2019, we're going to see this. Yahweh Shai say, I saw Satan fall from heaven like lightning. It's coming, man. Okay, but soon these prophecies. All right? You got it.
Malachi chapter 1 verse 4. Whereas even said, we are in poverty, but we will return to build the desolate places. Thus said the Lord of hosts, they should build, but I will throw down. And they should call them the border of wickedness.
You saw
And they should call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever.
one more verse.
And your eyes should see, and ye should say, the Lord will be magnified from the border of Israel.
That's right. So when Esau goes down, Israel is the next step. You know, we're going to have the kingdom forever. Okay? And once his man goes down, this step is to God.
Chapter 6.
I'm taking another 6 and 9.
Second Edges, 6 and 9.
Well, I get this one precept too. Amos 1 and 11. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof. Because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever.
Yep, and he's still keeping his wrath. The letter slave trade, we don't have no,
Reparations.
Yeah.
I was about to say the same thing.
That too. We don't know retribution for that.
no payback. So that, they made the so-called Jews the Holocaust and brothers of remembrance and all. So it's like Esau still had this perpetual hatred for us to this day.
The Japanese, those prisoners of war that came over here to America, they got reparations.
Yeah, World War II.
World War II, they got paid.
Ain't give a shit. Even these so-called Mexicans, because it's not just Judites or Negroes, it's all the tribes. Trump trying to throw all these Mexicans out and throw them back to their land. They destroyed that land during the Aztec Empire. They done sucked up all the minerals, and now they're trying to kick them out and bring, take them back to their land when that land is already destroyed. That's the pity that Esau cast off for the whole nation.
All right, continuing on. He did pursue his brother with the sword, death, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever.
He had no pity on us, man. Neither the young or the old.
That's right.
Especially in slavery. And when they came over here during the time of Christopher Columbus, him and his crew, the voyage that they took, they came over here and slaughtered Jake. First they came, then all of a sudden it just, well, I'm gonna take over this. You know, they don't even know what the sword means.
I think it took like 4 trips over here, back and forth.
Yeah.
Back and
Showed
forth.
the gold and stuff that was over
And
here.
they took the Nina, the Pinch, and the Santa Maria. And just like I said, they came in peace. Which, truthfully speaking, they came in the spirit of war. They played the spirit of peace. The scriptures speak about in Psalms how the words of his mouth were smoother than butter. They had that Hebrew interpreter talking to them, having peace treaties. They probably drunk some wine. They you know how Dad be doing with the teeth with that the smoking weed, what they call it?
Peace pipe.
You know, they probably hit the peace pipe with Dad. Dad thinking they good host of people. Or Esau gave like that with the peace pipe with them. And at the end of the day, Esau just basically just getting them aroused and getting them in the spirit of things, taking it, basically bringing their comfort, put them in their comfort zone and lowering their guard to actually stab them in the back. That's the nature of the devil.
Can I bring out a quick precept for you? Since you quoted it, I'll bring it up. This is Psalms 55, and I'll start at 20, and it reads, "He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He had broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter."
Hey, butter be slick, man. Slippery and slick.
Ain't no ridges when you put that on that bread, man. Warm, room temperature butter,
Butter. Smooth.
like smooth like butter.
Smoother. And this word's smoother than butter.
That's a satisfactory cut. You take a knife, you move it through butter. Very satisfactory.
Very satisfactory.
With a
Very
nice
satisfactory.
butter knife.
Yeah, butter knife.
Shit, my house, we leave a stick on the counter.
Yeah.
Or room temperature. Spread on your toast.
Yeah, that's Esau, man.
Yeah.
He came with those smooth, wholesome words. Because Esau, he's very elegant.
Yeah.
You know, he has the body language. Oh, they'll show you that on the show House of Cards. There was one scene
That was a
where
great
he was
show.
in the church, and he was basically rocking those people to sleep. They had a lot. They had a level of malice in them towards what's the main character's name? I forget his name. But the individual, when they was talking to him, when he was talking to the people in the church, he was basically rocking them to sleep. And he was speaking about, you know, how his father
Francis.
That's his name?
Francis.
Francis. Yeah, Francis was basically rocking the people to sleep, and he was speaking about his father. And then he'll pan to the camera. He was like, "Yeah, I didn't really give a fuck about
Yeah.
my father. He was this, that, and the other." He was basically like, "I'm just saying all this shit to put the people to sleep." And then he'll go back to the
Actual thing.
yeah, the actual thing, and then you see all the people. They all mesmerized, but that's how
That's
Esau
what
get
they do in
you.
real life, man.
Never trust that nigga.
That's what the word politic goes into. Literally means politic literally means a deceiver.
Yeah. Politis to be made smooth.
It means to manipulate.
Reading on, it says, "The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were their drawn swords."
All the presidents of the United States, even Andrew Jackson he said, look, man, the Indians, he called them Indians. They weren't even named that when he got over there. I'm sure they had broken Hebrew, gagged them, told the Edomites. But Andrew Jackson, he told them, like, look, man, new settlers, them damn Indians acting up, kill them. We'll kill them off. We'll send cavalry over them troops and slaughtered.
And you
He
know,
wrote that in law too.
and you know what's so heavy, bro? If I could add to what you're saying, is when Donald Trump had those native so-called Native Americans come and visit the White House. What was the picture of the president that was right behind him at the podium? Andrew Jackson, showing you the subtlety of this beast. You know, in Genesis it says what? That the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field.
Right, he didn't even have to say nothing. The pictures around you.
Pictures speak 1,000 words.
Subliminal.
Yeah. Yeah, we got you in here, but hey, you know what we think about you.
Yeah.
You know?
I got some.
They still.
That was it on that, brothers.
This is Sirach 12:10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
How you gonna know that? You're gonna know it by studying history. You're gonna know by experiencing your own lifetime.
That's right.
About the pros and cons of being so-called national Latino race American man, the pros and cons of being so-called white man. Whoever runs this nation, who's sitting in the whose face is on the phone? So-called.
Devil.
So you know when you come, when you hear this truth, if Jake's seeking for the truth, then you should put this in mind.
It's funny as hell. That's beautiful you made that point. Because the money has pictures of individuals that stole from you. You paying, you using money for all these different individuals that stole from you. George Washington, Abraham Lincoln. One way or another, they stole something out of your life.
Fucking Andrew Jackson on the 20.
Andrew Jackson, Benjamin Franklin. All these devils stole one thing or another out of your life. Man.
And put into law to perpetuate the slavery.
Grant.
Well, I was gonna say, well, they're all part of the New World Order agenda. Benjamin Franklin, he's not a president. Okay, but he helped further along the agenda of the elites to basically keep Edomites in rulership, which was keep these so-called Mexicans and Native Americans in captivity.
Dwight Eisenhower. Yes, I think it was the dime.
Says,
You want him to
I
put
think
Harriet Tubman on $20.
that's my
What-
old
She was a CIA agent too.
She was.
What about the coin, the Judea coin that Rome had, and they had the woman on it printed to show that they had us defeated?
Or what about the Sacagawea gold coin?
Yep.
Back in early 2000. I remember when that coin came out, all the commercials.
Yeah, I remember that.
Everybody had them shits.
Everybody had that.
I had a few of them motherfuckers.
But she was a big
They ain't
sellout.
putting no Israelite man on there. They ain't
Putting that turn.
Yeah, I was gonna say putting that turn on the
They
coin.
ain't putting that Turner in no coin.
Pocket full of them.
Now, they ain't put Malcolm X or Martin Luther King on no coin. But they'll put
Well, they got
Harriet
stamps,
Tubman
and Martin Luther King got stamps.
He
And
got
shit.
nigga streaks that he made.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. But his superscription is not on the money.
Anyone knowing? Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped the looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he shall stand up in thy place.
Yeah, that's what happened in Oklahoma. You see, Oklahoma, Tulsa. That's how Jake got defeated, because ultimately, like Brother was saying, that Jake didn't have an army, and Jake was subject. They still knew they were subject to Esau. But at the same time, I think what happened?
With Black Wall Street.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
They're trying to separate from
Yeah, because they was trying to distance themselves from the economic establishment of America, and they started Black Wall Street. They had their own hospitals, they had their own banking system, they had the entertainment, restaurant center, and they was making big money off of Black Wall Street. They had white people from the outskirts that would come in and spend money there because they had illustrious entertainment, some of the best singers, dancers, actors, comedians. They basically had it dead set. They was on point.
they had Harlem before Harlem,
Yeah, it was Harlem.
or Harlem.
Yeah.
It was another Harlem, so to speak, because like you said, I remember.
Harlem Renaissance. They said that.
Right, they set that in precedent, you know. Because I had a coworker, not a coworker of mine years ago, old Edomite lady, and if you met her, she just a type of really a racist type of lady. But she would share stories of me when she was younger, and she would work for the newspaper and shit. And she would travel. That she would go to Chicago. She didn't want to go to like where white people was going. She wanted to get with she wanted to go where niggas was, cause niggas know how to party. you know, they know how to, they on a party, they cook, they eating, you know, the drinking, they're lively, you know, festive.
Well, they actually dropped bombs on that city. The U.S. government declared war basically on. Yeah, you can actually look it up.
They
See the
infiltrated.
documentary. They fucked that place up. It wasn't. They had government planes and shit that was jacking that place up.
So the government wanted to tear it down.
And like the brother was saying, they used it as false case or something. I don't know, it was a black man from there, or some white woman.
Yeah.
And they had went, you know, the white boys that went in there.
They had to get probable cause.
Yeah, right. That they had probable cause to go in there. When the case blew up, that's when they sent in the National Guard and they basically invaded. I forget the name of the actual town. It was near Tulsa, Oklahoma, though. And they burned it and bombed it down. I think only a few survived, like little kids, and they grew up. And then it's like a documentary where they was telling them about what happened. They were kids at the time, but they survived.
Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in that place. Same thing with
These devils done took out damn near a large portion of the Gadites. Now they calling themselves Native Americans.
Yeah.
Right.
What kind of shit is that?
Went to that damn powwow
Esau will steal your nationality from you. He did it to us.
real quick.
That's that gross darkness covers the people. They gotta hide themselves among the other nations.
And that's still that shameful king.
Yep.
They're still trying to hide themselves. You know, we didn't find them, we went in our wars.
On the devil.
Continuing on. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou
Haman the Agagite. Because he was sitting right next to Ahasuerus, and he was looking to stake and conspire plans to kill off the Jews.
and thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna feel guilty. You could remember that guilty.
Like the scripture say, Father teaching the son greet the enemy. That's what happened in the book of Maccabees too. Nothing bad, they ain't separated. Yep. They ain't separated themselves. But the rest of Jake, they did, and they got trampled on by the rulers of Greece at that time. Because Esau, Jake be chilling, then Esau just go in and ransack everything.
Hell yeah.
Jake done already committed to the laws and everything, but Esau still want to go in there and wreak havoc on Jake for no reason.
Prime example why they came down on them during the Sabbath.
Yeah.
We be chilling on the Sabbath.
Right. Jake escaped
Few
from the
drinks
woods
in
and still wanted to keep the law, statutes, commandments. They didn't want to go to war because they was very devoted to this to the law, statutes, commandments.
Integrity.
Technically, yeah. But the Lord put in the spirit of genius and the Maccabees to stand up. Fight.
I got a precept for you, if you don't mind. This is Habakkuk 2 and 4. And it says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied.
And that's what happens when a white man goes in all these different lands. He promotes death. You look at them Arab lands, they fucked up now, man.
Democracy.
Yeah, democracy. Those places are in ruins. They're in extreme poverty. The men no longer can tell their women what to do. Like here, you had the Gadite, I forget what it Gadite, if I'm not mistaken, he was a chief, I forget his position, but he was having an interview with an individual, and then basically he was like, Native Americans, our life was basically all day,
I know what you're saying.
hunt, all night have sex.
Yeah, we hunted. He said that we hunted and fished all day and had sex all night. And this white man thought he could come in and make that better.
Yeah. White man crazy for thinking he could make something better. They in the right spirit. Same thing with those other black people. You go ahead.
I'm gonna finish and it says, and is as death and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people.
They don't care to be satisfied.
People die every day, B. You'll be alright.
That's the spirit that killed the firstborn Pharaoh of the Egyptians.
Huh?
So Esau had the great spirit on him to be prideful and just want to just take up everything and make it seem like he's the most high, but he's really not the most high.
Right.
You had that quote. I forgot who said it. If my sons didn't commit wars, there would be no wars or something like that.
Damn.
You know, talking about the Rothschilds and the Rockefeller family. They said if they didn't want it to be wars, there would be no wars.
God damn.
There would be peace on earth. Truthfully speaking, if these devils wanted peace on earth, they could use billions to actually establish peace. They could actually interrupt the illegal, all these illegal trades, illegal drug trades. They could have interrupted that. When they went to Iraq and Afghanistan, they didn't have to bring that heroin back to America and drug up the people. The cartel, they didn't have to push that crack cocaine. The crack epidemic, they didn't have to push that. The AIDS epidemic, they didn't have to push that.
World War I, they didn't have to kill friends first, man.
Yeah, they had to do World War I, World War II, Agent Orange, Panama Deception. All these different, the Trail of Tears, they didn't have to do that. But they wanted to. Because the devil, he's a warmonger, he's bloodthirsty, and he's the enemy, man.
Like that brother said, GMS 20 is really like Psalms 83 every year. Every year is Psalms 83, raising. They want to destroy it, man.
When Jake down there protesting heaven.
Can I? You still free?
I got something.
Go ahead.
This is Proverbs 26 and 24. He that hateth dissembleth with his lips and layeth up deceit within him. When he speaketh fair, believe him not. For there are 7 abominations in his heart.
He got a fly.
Complete.
Even the Lord said, like,
So you put him down.
Esau raping the animals. Now he's going to make laws on burying the animals, bestiality,
Pedophilia law.
pedophilia. Yep. He's already putting the same-sex training into these schools to train up kids. What do you think the society's going to be like?
Hey, you gotta look at some of these advertisements that Esau has.
Yeah.
Advertisements. You like, what the fuck?
Bro,
You'll have a old white man with a little black baby in his hand.
Yeah. With no shirts on.
And no shirt on.
Bro, it was this video, man. Certain men seen that they might have seen it. I ain't gonna share it, man. It was just
That's
so
Celine
wild.
Dion.
If you had two
See
human
that commercial?
men,
She got a commercial where
they were kissing each other, and they were holding a black baby
she's
in
in
their
the
hands.
hospital and all the babies
And
playing
the
gender,
black baby, you know,
genderless
it's a baby.
clothes, and you can't tell whether the baby's a new girl or a boy. You know, raising that peepee blue.
They kissing each other. And they're like, oh, you want some loving too? You kiss the little black. Jake baby, man.
bro.
Bro.
Hey, I did a video about this video, the Travado commercial. It's like to prevent. I don't call it AIDS.
Oh, I seen that shit.
It's called GRID.
It's called PrEP.
Yeah,
Prep.
it's a Travado. And look, bro, they got a man who is dating a trainee going to meet his mom.
Yeah.
And then they got these Edomites that are gay and all. I had to do the video. I was like, I had to cut
Yeah,
this down.
that's the spirit.
But
It's
like,
called PrEP, yeah.
but really, that's why I don't call it. I don't call it AIDS no more because it's real. At first, it was called gay-related immune deficiency. It's called GRID actually, and then they changed it to it's gay-related. God damn it!
Well, that just goes to show you that lifestyle that these people are living is anti-life, and it's a death lifestyle, because you don't have to take a PrEP to go pop a woman. That whole commercial, it's for homosexuals, you know. We won't throw the F-bomb out there, you know.
Same-sex individuals.
Because you know, brother, I didn't even know that was a thing until I was watching with my rib Empire. And if you're watching the recent season, the one homosexual on the show, he's dating a guy with HIV. He's HIV positive. So he's like, oh, and then, you know, the whole, not getting the whole thing, but the whole episode goes into him having to take that PrEP. And I'm like, what the fuck is PrEP? And then that commercial came on.
That Travado, man, that shit was off.
50 Cent, these are the artists
Hell yeah. He got to.
When he speaketh fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart, whose hatred is covered by deceit.
I was like,
At
first, I didn't even think that was
whose
a fucking
hatred is covered by
fucking
deceit.
transgender.
I knew that was
His
it
wickedness shall
from
be
the moment I
showed
saw
for the
that.
whole
See,
congregation.
it's not like that's on that commercial come on regular computer. It's not like on no logo shit. So I think in my head, oh, this is fucking trans.
You know, to the
And then
whole
I was
congregation.
watching the commercial.
Telling Jake, hey, look, man,
No, I did.
this man that you
I
trust
immediately
in
did a
the
video on it.
don't trust him,
I'm like, nope, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Me and my real life.
That's why they shut.
What's this?
That's why they
Because we saw
like
that
down
thing,
for
and we're like, hell no.
taking his own way of time.
Me and my real,
That's why Tyrese so
like you said, at first
he
you
wanted to
wanna
sing
say,
up. He gave they
that's
put him
them
out of
tapping into people's
they put him out of
subconscious.
the vote saying
Like it's okay.
feed Jake and stuff like that. He
Take a pill before you got games.
They threw him out like a old, like a West Side nigga. man.
It was very disturbing.
I got something for you. Matthew 2 and 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction.
These days, you can actually have a spirit on the world in you and not even know it. If you're not, know the truth. The spirit of the world is you think you are in spirit. You're standing up, you're doing a salute, the flag. A lot of Jacobs
Pass that around back to
saying feds of allegiance to the flag at the Super Bowl.
But that ain't nothing but a slave ritual.
Yeah, I heard that song was written to keep us in line.
What song was that?
What was that?
The national anthem speaks about. There's that one part, yeah, that they speak about the slaves dying. Like, nigga, of course we gonna sit with that shit.
Yeah, he gotta sing a song, singing a slave song.
The middle part, the national anthem.
I'm gonna look it up.
You gotta do that song 137.
And we're in his society, so of course he's going to uplift himself and put his enemy in a bad light.
And that's why the scriptures speak about being in the house of mourning, man. We gladly take the low. We at the bottom. We know we at the bottom. It's time to rise to the top.
That's right, baby.
Before you rise to the top, you got to understand where your position is. Yeah, and where you going. Like these different kingdoms. When Greece got in power, they was under oppression. Greece was under the Persian and the oppression, and they established their own so that they could get up out of that oppressive state. Philip of Macedon, he took the authority and started to gain strongholds. Yep. And he had his son as the successor that drove everything home. So it's the same spirit that we're bringing in now. Like you said, that point, train up a child in the way that he should go. We're being trained up rightfully in the spirit through Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah through these words.
That's right.
Training each other, iron sharpening iron. Because this is a battle that we got to fight, man. This is an ongoing struggle, an ongoing war. And you have to have a hard mind frame to understand who your enemy is in order to fight against him.
A sober mind.
Yeah.
Grave.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're green. Yep.
We the new leaders of the new world.
Yeah, like Busta Rhymes and them was leaders of the new school.
What is that,
That's
title,
us.
second chapter? The age
And
man?
what we're teaching you
Sober minded,
is
grave.
Those
the
are all
scriptures.
synonyms.
The
We're
law
saying
and the
same thing
instruction of
over and
Yahweh
over again.
Yahweh Shai, along with the wisdom and the faith in our Savior Yahweh Shai. You know? Like I said, we're the leaders of the new world order,
That's true.
which is the world of Israel coming in a perpetual kingdom.
Yeah, I would suggest brothers line up whatever scriptures we're gonna close this camp out with. So line up your next 2 to 3 scriptures, you know. You're holding
2
it.
Corinthians 10 and 3. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High of the pulling down of strongholds.
Yep.
You got it, come on. Verse 5.
And that's like and that's these scriptures. Turn down these strongholds. That's right. Knowing how to apply them in your everyday life. Where do those evil thoughts come from? Why is this life that I'm in like this? Well, we have teachers, and we wanted to seek the truth. The Lord let us here through the internet, And now we know how to take upon these opposing side, which is the evil side. That's the stronghold.
Verse 5. Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of the Most High.
What's that imagination? You're casting down the imagination of the new world order. First and foremost,
closing
starting
out
with the
here?
elite that rules the society, and the ways of these people that want to be passive and be conformed to this world.
Partaking in this wickedness.
Yeah, because that's all of these things that you see now, like the glory of his kingdom, is the imagination of Satan. Because he put Yahushua in a trance and say, look, I will give you all these kingdoms if you just bow down and worship me.
Yep.
And Yahushua denied it. Because the devil, spiritual Satan himself, he knew that he was going to be ruling in these latter days.
Yeah. And that was the mentality of our people in our captivity. When we was in Babylon, you had individuals that raised up and fought against the forces, the powers that be. Prophesied against the kings. You had Jeremiah, you had Isaiah, you had Ezekiel. During the recent Persian captivity, you had Mordecai that wasn't willing to bow. During Greece, you had the Maccabees that wasn't willing to put their knees to the ground, man. Oh, you watched that on 300? Elisha and Elijah.
7,000.
You had the 7,000 men that wasn't going to bow down on their knees to Paul. In Rome, Yahweh and the apostles. So, hey, in America, you have to have those same men in the same mind frame. And this is a glorious work. You got too many people that's willing to bow. That's the thing with this lifestyle.
Beautiful.
And it's the mindset of the people. Everybody's willing to bow down to the kingdom because it's like, what else do we got? We might as well be homosexual because it's all I know. What's the point of being righteous when there's wickedness all around me? Let me just be live according to the norm. Yeah, YOLO. You only live once.
YOLO.
I want to say people will bow down to that chip because when you look at, I think that word, what's that word? Charagma. I think when you look up that word charagma, it means a badge of, I think a badge of servitude. So, I'll look that up. But basically,
That's heavy, because it is.
They're going to be slaves to the elite bacon families, man.
I'll get it for you. I got my app. I'll get it for you real quick if you want it.
Yeah, because it's heavy that you said that. I'm going to throw it back to you, Tobias, because charagma really goes back even to the ancient world, really, or the chip, the style of implanting something in an individual for continual servitude. The ancient term was an awl. When you actually have a servant that said that I'm going to be the servant under you for life, they will put an awl through the servant's ear to basically represent that he's a perpetual slave.
I got it.
Under that master.
This is in Revelation 13 and 17 for Mark. This is G5480 charagma. All right, and it's a scratch or an etching that is a stamp as a badge of servitude.
That's the badge of servitude. Because when you take that chip, you basically subjected yourself fully and compromise the will.
That's
when you give somebody technology to put in your body through that chip, that's a form of manipulation. That's a form of suggestion. And you had this individual talking about the sweetening chips. He was basically like, you're going to be a perpetual slave, just like the book of Revelation says. You know, he said they're going to have access to turn on and off that chip. And it ain't going to be like you can take the chip out of your body when you put it back in. You watch that on the movie Divergent. It shows on either Divergent or the second edition of Insurgent. It shows how it attaches to your main parts of your body. So if you're looking to take it out, it can actually destroy certain arteries, so to speak. It actually destroy your body.
That's why the Lord put emphasis on Israel not to take it, because you will commit yourself being servitude or trusting in Esau as your God. And we're supposed to serve or be a servitude towards the Heavenly Father only. That's how you know we're a special people, and that Esau, he want to be like the Most High, tearing down the throne.
This is Romans 12:2. And be not conformed to this world, excuse me, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High.
Holy Spirit, whether it be a small or great matter. Now we're talking about the great matter, which is taking one of the small matters, which is a major matter, because you can lose a life, and then not conform to this world. When temptation comes up, favorite souls, like it says in so Rock chapter 2, so if you cut down souls for temptation, you not going to serve the Lord. So that temptation means go against different. Because he's talk about it. The spirit of Satan working in the children of disobedience. A lot of these people carry their energy on, like, they enjoy the world and stuff like that. Lay up on Saturday, go to the Super Bowl game and only, just be engulfed in. You can go to the Super Bowl game, it ain't no problem, but at the same time, it's like that's all it's on your mind daily.
Yeah.
The Lord is going to just destroy you for that. But we know, like the scripture that brother read, being not conformed to the world, conducting ourselves in holy conversation that we might be saved is really a key out of this here.
And you got to stay away from performance, man. We're anti-conformist. That's why we don't kick it with niggas. Oh, that's the term? Heterodox? Yeah, we go against the grain. If the grain is going left, we going right. Everybody going that, because we know that Esau leads Jake like sheep to the slaughter. Whatever that's trending, more than likely it equates to death.
That's why it's hard. Because imagine if you were a legitimate sheep on the way to the slaughter, and everybody's flowing in this way to be slaughtered, and something clicks in you, I got to go back the other way. Yeah, that's a relief, but now you're fighting this wave of sheep that's coming towards you still, bumping into them.
You become afraid when you leave evil, so to speak.
Yep.
Oh, you watched that on Power Rangers, the old Power Rangers with Ivan News? Ivan News had that. That's that philosophy. That disgusting Uzi philosophy of people. And who he was mainly sending it to, the
Children.
old people. But the children was taking it to
Salaki.
the children more so woke up. Because you had Power Rangers that woke up. But the older
Yeah, that's
people,
right.
they was getting the,
That's right.
The parents was taking
The parents was taking it, and they ended up getting that lackadaisical
Robotic.
state. And then you watch one scene where all of them was finna walk off the
Cliff.
and the children was trying to push all the parents.
Yep. That
But
Babylonian.
eventually they all woke up. But
That Babylonian lean.
Yep. That's the Babylonian philosophy.
Yeah, that's called the lemmings. Okay. NWO got a card. That card game is called the lemmings. Basically, what the lemmings do, lemmings are animal creatures. That actually is a herd. They'll jump off the cliff to their death. That's what they call the people, lemmings.
Because if people were so damn scared about hell, why isn't they actually displaying it? Particularly the Israelites.
Yeah, right.
This damn Christianity doctrine. But Esau, the actual devil, is going to lead y'all to hell, which is that, or deeper hell, because you're already in hell, the lake of fire, which is going to be made by these nuclear warheads. It's
Well-
actually going to be the lake of fire.
But Jake is so evil that Jake knows that. Like you had that nigga Jeezy in that song with Plies going crazy, and he said no. What was that? Lord knows when I die, I know I'm going to hell. Know I'm a fry. What did he say that on? I love it. On I love it. Jeezy said Lord knows. He said Lord knows when I die, I know I'm going to hell. I know I'm going to fry. And I remember listening to that back in the day. I'm like, man, what kind of lyric is that to say?
Yeah, I know a song you're talking
It was on I Love It.
Yeah. And when I go to hell, Lord knows
I'm gonna fry. I was like, what the fuck is that to say?
Oh, Biggie, I'm a piece of shit. It ain't hard.
To tell, Lord knows when I die, I know I'm going to hell. I'm gonna go to hell, I'm a piece of shit. You know?
Yeah, I'm going to hell. Looking forward to going to heaven with the
Goody goodies. Hey, will you step over here for us, please?
Like black tails and black hoodies. But that's the mentality of Jake, man. Jake been in hell so long, they've been catching so much hell and catching so many ass whoopings basically from the white man that they're in a slave mentality. The term is Stockholm Syndrome.
Yeah.
And that term Stockholm Syndrome came from, I think, Stockholm, I forget the country.
Switzerland.
Stockholm, Sweden or
Sweden.
Switzerland. And I think one of the main things that happened was like a bank robbery or something.
A woman had got kidnapped and she became basically she was on the side of the people that kidnapped her and was beating her ass, basically.
Right, and you know they actually showed an episode of a bank robbery on Family Guy, if y'all remember that episode. The bank robbers was robbing the bank, and then basically they was talking to the individuals, and the people was like, no, don't go, you good, you know. The people that was actually getting robbed, they was like, no, don't go, you know. The children being nice to them. Damn, when you go, we ain't gonna have nobody to play with.
Yeah.
Here it is. This is a straight up and down robbery. And it's a stick up, you know. But that's Jake with the so-called white man. Jake don't see the white man as the enemy. Here it is. This the same individual that's been robbing him. He's trouble. And you know the reason why Jake don't see Esau as the robbery? Because they're not physically strong on him. They're doing all these different numbers. We're gonna put a 2% increase in your taxes. They don't see those. They see the numbers, but they don't actually see somebody actually going in their pockets and yanking it out. They think that's just the government.
Yeah.
And
Imagine
it's like, what person in the government? I don't know. Jake doesn't know about politics. They don't understand the movers and shakers. They don't understand how the government works, how they're being messed over. They just worried about the next nigga that's trying to rob them in their neighborhood. Yeah. And that's the powers exactly who we're fighting against. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get that. They will go ahead and close. Ephesians, the 6th chapter.
Yeah. Ephesians 6 and 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world.
That's what we wrestle against. Like they have the leisure and luxury to spend time to study and get into history, get into all these things, and be the mover and shaker of society because the Lord gave them that power. Yeah. And what comes in that power is the high level of witchcraft, sorcery. So Satan, manipulation. So Satan is on the left hand side. Esau got his hands in everything, man.
That's right.
All the way down to music, agriculture, medicines. Esau put his wicked vibration out in these things.
Yeah, Satan, Esau is really great. You know, he basically has so much control of the spiritual demon. Or the spiritual demon is working through Esau so much that he's become breath. What we're breathing is death. Back in the ancient world, the breath was positive. Everything was on the right hand side. What you eat gave you life. How you live gave you life. The music you listen to gave you life. Where you live gave you life. The person around you that was talking to you was speaking life within you. But now everything is the opposite. It's death. What you breathe is killing you. You have sex with a woman, you could die. You could die. People around you actually, people. The people that actually talk to you, if you're around negative spirits so long, that could actually lower your lifespan. They call it toxic relationship. Society is a toxic relationship. As the head, soul. That's right.
A little bit more. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand.
According to Isaiah chapter 33, verse 6, we're not supposed to forget about time. So with that, we're going to give all praise and honor and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Chakadash.
Kwame elect, Shalom.
Shalom.